What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JusticeXFalls. We're back at it again with another video. Today we're looking at some more Dragons Dogma 2. This is the Trickster Vocation. Before we looked at the Sorcerer, the Warrior, and the Thief. This game was all about the Trickster. This video is all about the Trickster. So this is the class I think I would probably pick. I would probably pick either the Thief or the Trickster. I don't know. So y'all let me know what y'all would pick down in the comments. But let's watch this little video first. See what's popping.
Dragon's Dogma 2 offers a wide variety of playstyles depending on what vocation you select. Most of these are the kinds of archetypes that you'd expect: melee sword fighter, speedy dagger-wielding thief, ranged archer, and
like
spell-slinging mage. And some are hybrid vocations like Mystic Spearhand and Magic Archer that combine elements of one vocation with another for a completely new style of play.
Okay.
But what of the Trickster Vocation? Okay. It was revealed as part of the Dragon's Dogma 2 showcase back in November, but little has been shown of this unique class beyond that quick 45-second look and a short description on the Dragon's Dogma 2 website. Fortunately, as part of our visit to Capcom, we got to sit down and play with the Trickster for about an hour. And I can confidently say that this is a style of gameplay unlike anything I've ever seen in an open-world action game.
Veiling fumes, effigial
To start,
incense.
the Trickster is essentially a pacifist. Their chosen weapon, a ceremonial censer, does little to no damage when it's swung at an enemy. Instead, the purpose of attacking is to build up aggro and pull an enemy's attention towards you. To that end, you also have a special ability called Suffocating Shroud that sends out your smoke in a wide area and draws a large amount of enemy attention towards you. So, the question is, why would you want to get a whole group of enemies swarming on you if you can't actually damage them? See, that's where the word Trickster comes into play. By using the Trickster's unique skill, Effigial Incense, you create a simulacrum, or a clone for simplicity's sake, that enemies will perceive as the real you. This clone has its own health bar and will disappear if it's killed, but you can also teleport the clone to you while it's still alive with the press of a button. This way, you can basically kite enemies to wherever you want as long as you keep their aggro and keep your clone alive. So, you can maneuver a foe to get an environmental advantage, which is super important because the Trickster shines the brightest when there are cliffs, uneven surfaces, or other elements of the environment that can be used to your advantage.
That's what I was about to say. Like, you could put the like this area right here. It's like a cliff right here. You could put the effigial thing, the simulacrum, the clone or whatever. You could put it over there, and then the enemy will enemies. If you already have them aggro, they'll just lunge at the enemy and then jump right off the cliff. That's gonna be some fire gameplay clips. I know the community is gonna get crazy with this one.
Trickster has two abilities designed around creating surfaces that aren't really there, but appear real to enemies. The first, Tricky Terrace, creates a cloud that can be placed off a ledge that the enemy will perceive as real solid ground. And the second, Elusive Divider, will create a wall of smoke that you can see through, but the enemy cannot.
That's fire.
The final piece of this puzzle is the Visitant Aura, a technique that essentially allows you to make an astral projection that you can freely move around to scout the landscape for as long as your stamina will allow. You're super vulnerable while controlling the projection, so using Elusive Divider to give yourself some cover while using it in the heat of battle is a good idea. Crucially, you can float off ledges, ascend or descend at will, and even call your clone to wherever your projection currently is. I'm sure you can probably see why that might be useful. When you combine all of these tricks together, the real value of the Trickster comes into view. Before getting into a combat encounter, you can create a clone with Effigial Incense, use Visitant Aura to scout out an area for enemies and look for any sort of environmental hazards, like a cliff for instance, recall your clone so that it hovers over said environmental hazard, place a false floor underneath it with Tricky Terrace, then lure enemies close to the clone and use Suffocating Shroud to send all their aggro towards the clone, and then watch with glee as enemies throw themselves off the ledge in an effort to get at you.
Oh, there's some Uber Eats. I'm making sure my drink is on time. But that's, like you can run enemies right off the cliff. You can do stealth, and then you could do recon an area just to see what type of enemies are there. That's cool.
Now, obviously,
so it's watch what you repeat. So you draw the aggro, create a ledge, or imaginary ledge, put the clone, teleport the clone to the ledge, make a clone, teleport the clone to the ledge, and then you can hide yourself, hide your body with another wall, and then just have the enemies just attack the clones and fall off the cliff. Amazing.
This is a lot of prep to go through, and it isn't going to be practical in every single situation, which is why the Trickster is also equipped with some other tricks up their sleeves. First and foremost, they are a support class, relying on and substantially buffing the strength of their pawn party so that they can do most of the heavy lifting. One such buff is Aromatic Resurgence, which supercharges your party, making them hit a lot harder. While I was playing for gameplay capture reasons, I had to make a mental note not to use this buff because my pawns would kill all of my foes before I got a chance to show off any of the more technical tricks of the vocation. The most powerful spell I saw of the Tricksters was Dragon's Delusion, which takes some time to cast, but brings forth an illusion of a dragon that terrifies any enemy that sees it, even large ogres, bringing them down to their knees, giving your pawns ample opportunity to do big damage.
Did that do damage?
Down to of a dragon that terrifies any enemy that sees it, even large.
Did you see that? Did you see when he's out right after you summoned the dragon?
An illusion of a
Look how his health drops. Like this, he just summoned the dragon. Look how far his health drops.
Dragon that terrifies.
What, like, was that the dragon or was that one of your allies?
Some time to cast, but brings forth an illusion of a dragon that terrifies any enemy that sees it, even large ogres, bringing them down to their knees, giving your pawns ample opportunity to do big damage. Since most of the Trickster's other skills seemed well suited for dealing with small to mid-sized enemies, this was a really nice addition to see as something that could also let them deal with the bigger and badder enemies. The Trickster was not an easy vocation to figure out in just an hour's time. It took me a little while to fully grasp the aggro system, avoiding pulling too much aggro and not having a way to get away from the enemies I just attracted, but once it clicked, I found it to be a uniquely satisfying vocation that brought to mind one of the core tenets of Devil May Cry's combat. It's not just about killing every enemy in the room, but how you look good,
how you do it, yeah.
It's an intentionally underpowered vocation that's designed to encourage creative thinking, to solve difficult combat problems in ways beyond just swinging a weapon or hurling a tornado at it.
I like that.
And it's one that I'm very excited to experiment more with once I've got my hands on the full game. Thanks for watching, and this is just the beginning of our IGN first coverage of Dragon's Dogma 2. In case you missed it, make sure to check out our 18 minutes of gameplay covering 4 of the vocations, and for everything else, give it here on IGN.
Like, after playing Alan Wake and being Alan Wake 2 and being like mentally stimulated and being forced to think to make my way through the game, like I'm definitely ready for a character like this in a game like this. So I'm definitely gonna try out that. I'll probably try that out first if it's available from the beginning. I'll probably have like 2 save files, one with this vocation and then another one with the thief. I think that's definitely what I'm gonna do. All right, so y'all let me know what y'all gonna pick. Like, did y'all see the other video? If not, I have it linked here of what we're reacting to the sorcerer, the thief, and the warrior. I want to look at some of the other hybrid classes too. I wonder, do you get those later on in the game, or how does that work? How do you get access to those hybrid characters? I guess we'll see as they drop more videos for this, because this comes out in like February or March. Let's double check when it comes out. I think it comes out in March or some shit. Hold on. Dragon's Dogma 2. It comes out March 22nd. Okay, March 22nd, so we don't gotta wait that long. Hopefully they drop a demo or something. But yeah, let me know what y'all think down in the comments. I know I'm gonna be trying this. Let's see if you will too. And I know the community's gonna go crazy with the clips for this. So y'all already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy JusticeXFalls, and we out. 1.